Hey, John and Lauren. Yeah, that's right. I am joined with Nebraska's next governor, Jim Pillen. Jim, it's been a long day. How are you feeling today? All is calm here at Westroads tonight, but just a few hours ago, it was anything but that. As you mentioned, we spoke with police earlier this evening, and again, they made it very clear that there was never a threat inside of Westroads Mall. But they did tell us they were called here after several 911 calls were made because a man in the parking lot of the mall was firing a gun into the air. There are two things that the majority of people cannot do. That's fight fires and sing in front of crowds. But one of the Omaha Fire Department captains manages to do both. John, Jacqueline, after a quick 35-minute hearing in Sarpy County Court, no decision was made on if Ryan Larson will be pronounced legally dead. Now, in those 35 minutes, Ryan Larson's mother, Tammy, testified about her son's disability and his inability to take care of himself. We are currently on Highway 75 heading towards Bellevue, coming up on Cornhusker Road. Let me show you what we're looking at here. Right now, conditions are pretty fair. There's not a ton of traffic. Emily mentioned some misty and drizzly conditions just a few minutes ago, and that's exactly what we're seeing. It's not impacting visibility too bad. Now, this fire is very reminiscent of the Knox Creek fire that happened last May. It's an industrial area. It's really hard to get to, and not to mention the size of the fire in these flames. When I spoke with fire officials a couple of minutes ago, they were not yet able to downgrade that fire. It was a 3-alarm fire, but it does look like now they have started to get it more under control. But even so, crews are going to be here late into the night. I mentioned this earlier, but it's really important that you hear this and understand that they're overflowing. They're helping more people than they actually have room for. They had to take a community room and transform it into a makeshift bedroom so that they have more space to help the women and children here in our community. Last year, OPS changed their requirements for students who can ride the bus to and from school. For middle schoolers, in order to take the bus, you must live 2 or more miles away. The Johnson family tells me according to maps, they do, but OPS says they don't. Data gathered in the last 10 years shows that about 300 people have died in crashes on Omaha roads. That data also shows that some community members are disproportionately impacted. The last 2 years have brought lots of changes to the Omaha Public Library system. You'll remember last year, downtown's W. Dale Clark Library closed to make room for Omaha's new skyscraper. This past May, the new, much smaller downtown branch opened just a few blocks away off of 14th and Jones. And that brings us to now. 72nd and Dodge is a construction site as the future Central Library comes to fruition. Although that opening day is more than 2 years away, the city is already making budgetary adjustments to prepare.